Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be doing a video on the great solar flare, the great blackout, and I just wanted to share that I am doing this video in the Everglades, and I love it here because the EMF is so low here. The EMF in South Florida is absolutely disgusting, and whenever I could get into like pure source nature, it is the best feeling ever to just ground and recharge. Because yeah, I'm not a fan of any metropolitan area, and my goal is to be fully off-grid in the next 2 years geographically, so hopefully I'll make that happen. But with that, I'm going to get into the video. I did just want to mention I will be picking up or finishing my HARP in the weather manipulation series. I'm going to pick it back up in the next month to month and a half. I paused for reasons I'm not going to disclose at this time, but I finished collecting all the information I need, and I will release that just before, or like in the early part of August, right when that really starts rolling out with the hurricanes over the next 6 to 8 weeks. So I just wanted to make that announcement, and here I go with today's video. Okay, so this is all from remote viewing. So once again, I have my paper, so I'm going to be reading from what I found. So the blackout, the great blackout. So what I found was I've been getting the downloads of information on this event since late 2020, early 2021. So there's two timelines of the Great Blackout, which I'm going to get into. So the first blackout, obviously, so there's a battle going on. So the battle is it going to be this elite pre-planned blackout, reptilian blackout, whatever you want to call it, which they obviously been testing the systems for around the world. I don't think that should be surprising for anyone based on what's been going on. So there's basically this like elite blackout, or there's going to be the blackout with the solar flare. So I'm seeing these two timelines coexist simultaneously. A good example of the elite blackout is, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I had to watch that Netflix show 0 Day because it obviously was going with all the downloads of information that I was getting. What's 0 Day? Predictive programming. So what they do is they give us their plans, because don't forget, like, they have TV, right? Like, they have programming, right? So they give us that information, like the events that they're going to do. They want us to store it in our conscious mind, like their agendas. I mean, they do this before, obviously, a certain number of events that I'm not going to name. But anyway, so basically what they do is they want us to hold the timeline and the consciousness of that event unwillingly or unknowingly, because that's how they control our reality. It's through giving us all like that programmable information for us to store in our conscious mind and create their reality. So I see those two timelines existing simultaneously. So the solar flare is going to happen no matter what, which I'm going to get into. I'm just trying to do it in the order that would make the most sense. Okay, so the blackout that is going to help us all ascend, or really is going to be that new Earth initiation, is going to be the blackout released, obviously, by Source with the help of the Galactic Federation, that crashes all the systems, awakens the planet, and leads to full disclosure. So that's going to happen no matter what. If the elites do their blackout, which obviously they'd love to do, Source, working with the Galactic Federation, is going to release the real blackout, or the real solar flare, to backfire their agenda. So the artificial blackout is not going to work, no matter what, from what I'm seeing. There's no way that that's ever going to work. So obviously the elite reptilian blackout would last as long as they want it to, because obviously they're just controlling all this computer systems and all that technology. I mean, they're already doing blackouts. They're already shutting off systems of, I'm not even going to name what they're doing. I mean, every weird technological thing that's gone on in 2025 has not necessarily been from the solar flares. It has been their planning for the real blackout. But that being said, the solar flare event, I see it knocking off all grids for 7 to 28 days, a full month of global stillness. So I don't see people needing to really prepare for the event. I think that we're all going to be protected if we're contracted to make it through, which a lot of people are going to make it through the event, but having like a 30-day supply of food or water, just starting to prepare now is gonna probably be best. It's not about fear, it's about readiness. And when it happens, you'll want to be present and prepare, not scrambling. And then really, like, the deeply connected people are going to be the most protected when this happens. And we'll be watched over. We'll be divinely guided to where we need to go, what we need to do. So aligning and groundingness is key for the event, and protection doesn't come from panic, it comes from connection. So I am seeing that preparing your body should be starting now. So I'm seeing that people need to start preparing by doing a lot of intermittent fasting and training fasting, because there will be a food shortage when it happens. And when it does happen, the real solar flare, we're actually going to be like ascended so much that our body won't require as much food anyway. So that's the information that I've been getting, because the frequency is going to be like so high, like after this event. Like we're gonna, like, our DNA activations are gonna be so rapid, like we're not gonna need that much food for, like, I think, like a few weeks after the real solar flare hits. So obviously just preparing by intermittent fasting. And then I'm seeing, okay, so I am seeing that if the elites do the blackout, they are planning during the blackout an orchestrated alien invasion, which obviously is not surprising. And I saw that very clearly. But I saw immediately, like, if they do that, like, they already know. Like, it doesn't even make sense if they do that, because I see that source in the Galactic Federation, like, are immediately going to send the real solar flare to counteract that event and bring in real disclosure. So it doesn't even make any sense. But that's just what's going on. It's their last-ditch agenda. They have nothing left. And then I do see, as we continue through 2025, there will be testing that is going to continue. I do see, especially that August to October timeframe this year, there will be that testing, and I do see the U.S., certain areas in the U.S. being impacted. And globally, they're just going to continue doing those system tests. And yeah, like I said what would happen if the reps do it first, and then I said that the real one will be coming, because this is all contracted. Like, I see, like, the Akashic records of the planet, like, this is just how it's gonna go. Like, this is just, I don't explain it. Like, from what I'm seeing, it's contracted in the planet. Like, if the powers that were act first, like, the real event's just gonna counteract everything. So now I'm going to get into the time frame. So I did see that there's a 0% chance of the actual event happening in 2025. I saw 10% happening 2026, 2027, 2028 I think is going to be the year. I saw 60%. And then if it doesn't happen in 2028, it will happen in 29 or 2030. So 2028 is looking like the year. And I just wanted to say, in the planetary contract, there's 3 waves of awakening, all 8 years apart. There's 3 parts to what's been going on. So 2012 was the initiation, 2020 was really the beginning of the final collapse, and 2028 is when everything collapses. So that's just in the contracts. So just concluding, this event is going to crash every system on this planet. It's going to be the initiation into this new Earth, civilization that will be forming after the event. All the old technologies will collapse. All the old agendas are going to collapse. Like, this event is going to be the end. It is the end times, and the reforming is going to be after. So 2028 is looking like the year this is going to happen. I don't see it happening past 2030 at the latest. But I just wanted to share what this event's about, what's going to be happening, because this is going to happen. And I think so many people are awake that this is going to happen. People are supplying, people are getting ready. Continue getting ready. Like I said, I think it's going to be 2028 from what I'm seeing, but it could happen at any point between 2026 and 2030. So that's all I have for today with the timeline and kind of this blackout event that's going to be happening. Really, it's going to be the great solar flare. This is really going to be the event, and I know when it happens, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to be like running around celebrating. It's going to be like the best day of my life, and it has to happen for us to really continue and to move into the new. So with that, that's all I have for today, and I will see you guys in the next video.